I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. I think this Kendrick, J. Cole, Drake fiasco that we're seeing right now, I think it's going to end up being J. Cole versus Drake. It's a mistake for J. Cole to think that Drake is an ally. I don't think Drake is an ally. They say Drake posted this J. Cole tweet on his second Instagram account. Now, I can't confirm or deny if this is Drake. I've never even visited this page. But let's just go with this theory that this is Drake's fake Instagram account. Remember when J. Cole got his phone stolen out of his pocket by a fan, and then the fan called Jay-Z from it, but he wasn't answering. So they called from their own phone and he picked up, which is hilarious, by the way. Like, that's hilarious. Because there's always been this running thing that why doesn't Jay-Z come out publicly support J. Cole anymore? Jay-Z had, I think Cole has one Jay-Z feature on his first album on a song called Mr. Nice Watch, which is not even a good song like that. So this is funny, right? Very funny. But why would Drake say this? From the very beginning, when it was just Kendrick Lamar's Like That record, there was no push-ups, there was no Euphoria, Not Like Us. I said, when this whole thing started spilling over, that this is going, like, despite what happens between Drake and Kendrick Lamar, this is going to end up Drake versus J. Cole. I said that. I think this Cole-Kendrick fiasco is going to end up being J. Cole versus Drake. Why did I say that? It's a mistake for J. Cole to think that Drake is an ally. Well, firstly, no one ever wanted to see J. Cole versus Kendrick Lamar. J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar have massive fan overlap. It's like if you listen to Jill Scott, you probably listen to Erykah Badu. Like, they have a lot of the same fans. J. Cole and Kendrick have a lot of fan overlap. No one really wants to hear J. Cole and Kendrick go at it in a rap beef, except maybe Drake fans. And this is why Drake fans were so pissed off when J. Cole apologized and bowed out of the beef with Kendrick. Because they thought, okay, we got J. Cole on our team. We can use J. Cole to, and we know J. Cole is someone Kendrick fans respect. We can use J. Cole, ultra lyrical dude. You handle our dirty work. Drake could come in and play cleanup, right? So Drake doesn't really have to focus solely on Kendrick. He can avoid this whole one-on-one type thing, and he could kind of do more of what he was doing on Family Matters, which is just, little shots at everybody here and there. And they thought, okay, we can use J. Cole, like our little homie, our crash dummy, to go at Kendrick. And I said this. I said, number one, J. Cole, nobody wants to see you beef with Kendrick Lamar, except maybe Drake fans. Number two, you are not Drake's attack dog. Like, if you're going to go if it's a big three rap battle, then you need to be taking some shots at Drake too. Just taking shots at Kendrick makes it look like you are being used by Drake. I said this from the beginning. I said it looks kind of funny from J. Cole. I said it kind of reminds me like when Mobb Deep signed with G Unit. It's like, how does Mobb Deep sign with G Unit? Like, you're Mobb Deep. G Unit, it's like if Kendrick Lamar signed with Rick Ross and became Maybach Music. Like, bro, like, you're Kendrick Lamar. You're not Maybach Music. I said it was a bad look from the beginning. J. Cole seems to think that Drake is his ally because at the time, J. Cole and Drake, they were doing shows together. Like Kendrick Lamar said, they were practically doing everything but hugging and kissing on stage. I said it's a mistake for J. Cole to think Drake is his ally. Why did I say this? I just have a feel for certain types of people, and I don't know any of these guys personally, so all this is just speculation. But I said I know guys like Drake in real life, and I know guys like J. Cole. I know guys like Drake. Like, I knew a guy in college. He was like in the student government. He would play both sides a lot. Like, he would be super cool. Like, when you meet him, he presents super well, super friendly, super well spoken. But when he's with other people, you hear word about what they're saying about you, or these people who you don't really know are kind of treating you a little weird because of what this person is putting in their heads, because it all stems from their own insecurity or fear about you. That's why I say Drake, to me, strikes me as a guy like that. Again, I don't know him, but that, based on his music and his interviews, this is what he strikes me as. J. Cole is not that type of guy. J. Cole is the type of dude who will get used being too trustworthy of someone like that. It's like the personality type, ENTJ. Drake is ENTJ. And really like the only personality type that can, I think, win in a debate versus an ENTJ is an INTJ. Because y'all are coming like from the same perspective, but the INTJ is just more introverted. So that's like they're equal, the ENTJ and INTJ. Two extremely rare personality types, right? So Drake just happened to run across Kendrick, who's, and I'm just using all this as like metaphor, but J. Cole is not that. J. Cole is a more friendly, trustworthy, and I said, based on this exact same observation, J. Cole is making the mistake thinking Drake is an ally. Drake is gonna eventually flip and turn on him. And this entire beef, this Drake and Kendrick, after it's all done, it's going to end as J. Cole versus Drake. There's people saying, J. Cole doesn't want it. J. Cole is scared, like because J. Cole backed out of the thing with Kendrick. The reason why J. Cole backed out of the thing with Kendrick is because he knows I have no reason to go at Kendrick. And I even said this in this video. I said, I don't hear J. Cole diss on Like That by Kendrick. There was really no shot at J. Cole. I think if J. Cole had a reason to go at Kendrick, there would have been no apology. If Kendrick had thrown direct shots like he did at Drake for all your dogs getting buried, J. Cole, if he threw a shot like that at J. Cole, there would be no apology. J. Cole knows that there was really no reason for me to go at Kendrick other than just to want to be competitive. Now, if Drake starts throwing shots, well, she's already, started putting some stuff out there on Family Matters. I believe there was a Cole bar on the Heart Part 6. Then we got this new Instagram thing, which, apparently Drake loves to do. J. Cole will then have a reason. And I think people kind of got it fucked up a little bit because, J. Cole went and apologized to Kendrick. They done forgot who J. Cole is. J. Cole is one of the greatest rappers of all time. Facts. Facts. That's facts. Why did we begin to like J. Cole in the first place? Why did he become popular? It's not because he was super stylish. It's not because he was super trendy. He was just a breath of fresh air when he came out, and he rapped extremely well. And that's all he's done. It's almost a knock on him. People almost use this as a knock on J. Cole. I don't get why people like him. He doesn't have that many great songs. He doesn't have that many great albums. People like J. Cole because he just raps really well. So to see people begin to doubt J. Cole, what would happen if J. Cole and Drake got into a rap beef? J. Cole would wipe the floor with him, just like he did, just like Kendrick did. I repeat it, what would happen if J. Cole and Drake got in a rap beef? J. Cole would wipe the floor with Drake, just like Kendrick did. Is J. Cole gonna drop a Not Like Us #1 hit? No, I don't think so. But it's going to be a decisive victory, just like Kendrick was. There's going to be no question. And I think J. Cole is the person who's going to expose the personality flaws with Drake. J. Cole is a dude that's really going to make the masses really sit back and really observe Drake from a different light as he breaks down his personality. J. Cole is the dude who will do that. So if that happens, if J. Cole decides to go that route, and I'm gonna drop another I told you so video. Kendrick kind of got into the, Drake stuff, but he didn't delve into it. He called him a PDF. He called members of his crew sex traffickers, et cetera, et cetera. But Kendrick did not really dive deep into it. He didn't really break down Drake's character all the way. I'm sure he had songs where he was gonna do that, but Kendrick didn't really. Drake pretty much quit before Kendrick got the opportunity to do that. Kendrick more so alluded to it. People on your team hate you. They want to see you lose. You got weirdos around you. You a weirdo. He didn't really get in depth. He didn't go beyond the surface. He didn't need to. J. Cole is the type of dude who's going to go beyond the surface. He's going to explain it. He's going to explain these character flaws in an extremely palatable way, like J. Cole does a lot of his records. Pride is the devil. He's explaining pride as a good thing and a bad thing, and why, on a very palatable record, easy to digest. J. Cole will wipe the floor with Drake, and it'll be a different type of beef. J. Cole, again, he's gonna make people really start to think differently about Drake based on how he comes at him. And why do I think Drake is doing this? Drake is looking for any win right now. Drake is looking for any type of win. Again, I just know people like him. I know people with this same personality type that I think Drake has. I don't know Drake. I don't know his actual personality. But I've been pretty damn accurate over the past 15 years about this guy. He wants any win. That's why he's dropping records. Right after the Kendrick beef, he drops a Sexy Red, 2 Sexy Red songs. He hops on the pop records with Camila Cabello. He's dropping the Hey Larry Delilah remix, if that was actually, Drake and not AI. I think we would all just want to believe that's AI. It was so terrible. He drops 100 gigabytes of music. Like he's trying to catch. He's announced a collab album with Party Next Door. He wants to catch any win. He sees nothing. It really is gaining a lot of traction. So he's like, damn, the reason why nothing's getting traction because fucking Kendrick. I know what I can do. I'm about to go take somebody else out. He notice Drake doesn't want to continue to beef with Kendrick. That's why the diss records have stopped. There's no countdowns. Like remember, Drake dropped the last record in this whole Kendrick thing. Drake had the last record. Notice how there's no countdowns. There was countdowns after Taylor made Freestyle. They were like, damn, 6 days since Kendrick responded. 4 days and 12 hours since Kendrick responded. There's no countdown. Drake is done with this. He doesn't want anymore. He's looking around like, damn, who can I one up on? All right, A$AP Rocky. All right, he's like, J. Cole's looking a little weak over there too. J. Cole is not A$AP Rocky, bro. A$AP Rocky is not really on J. Cole's level as a rapper. J. Cole would annihilate this dude. And I say all this to say, I've been told y'all. I told y'all this would come down to J. Cole versus Drake. Y'all think J. Cole won't respond? A lot of y'all, I won't say everybody, a lot of y'all think J. Cole won't respond because he's soft, because he apologized to Kendrick. The reason Cole apologized to Kendrick is because he had no reason to go at Kendrick. If Kendrick actually threw a direct shot at him, there would have been no apology. But even J. Cole knows, like, yeah, I'm really doing this for no reason. I'm doing this because people are telling me to, not because I feel compelled to. Drake is about to compel J. Cole. I don't know if this is his real account. We just going off, you know what I mean? We just going off, Drake is going to compel J. Cole, and then y'all are going to realize, oh, Cole does have it in him. It's not that he's scared of Kendrick. Because I thought 7 Minute Drill was a good diss record. I thought it was great. Go watch my reaction to it. It's not that J. Cole is scared of Kendrick. He just wasn't compelled to beef with him. He said his homies hyped him up. Social media hyped him up. I'm glad Cole did what he did in terms of bowing out. We don't want to see that. But I've been told y'all, this is going to end up J. Cole versus Drake. I've been told niggas, J. Cole, Drake is not your ally. He's not your ally, bro. But J. Cole just strikes me as a super trusting guy. But I think if this is actually, Drake and all this and all the little side stuff Drake been saying about Cole, during the Kendrick beef, I think J. Cole is about to learn a very valuable lesson here. And Drake is trying to get a win in any way he can. Drake is going to learn quickly. He's looking at Cole like he's a wounded animal, like he's a wounded dog. All we got to do is just run up on him, give him the kill shot. You about to learn. If this continues, Drake is going to learn that that's not the case with J. Cole. So anyways, that's all I got for today. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Top5rapwebsite.com. Peace. I said it's a mistake for J. Cole to think that Drake is an ally. I don't think Drake is an ally. Because, J. Cole is the type of guy, or seems like the type of guy, that will get manipulated by a dude like Drake. I don't know these people personally, right? But just based on mannerisms and what I've seen in interviews and what I've observed, I've met guys like Drake in college. These guys they come off extremely friendly, extremely warm, and they use that for good sometimes, but they also use it to manipulate. So they will turn people against you without you knowing, all the while smiling in your face, but then having everyone in your close circle look differently at you. All the while you're like, yo, what did I do? Manipulative, using their warm charisma and all that to manipulate. I knew dudes like this in my personal life. And Drake strikes me as that type of guy. Cole strikes me as a more loyalty type of guy. word is bond type of guy. If we shake hands, like, yo, no contract, a handshake, and I'll do it for you type of guy. Like, we don't need a contract for me to deliver on what I said I would deliver. I shook your hand. I told you I would do it. I'm gonna do it. That's what J. Cole strikes me like. And a guy like that will get manipulated by a guy like Drake. So when you see Drake dragging J. Cole on stage, Drake basically was telling Cole like, yo, I love you and you're my brother and we've been in this, together, and he's giving him love publicly in front of all these people. Cole is the type of guy who would take it to heart and be like, oh man, like, yo, man, this is my guy now. Like, he showed love. He didn't have to do that. Whereas Drake, like, he probably won't even remember he said that. Or it means nothing to him. He can say all that. He can tell you like, yo, I love you and and really dab it up with you, and then not even mean it and just feel empty about it. Like, I said it, but like a politician. That's what Drake is. That's why I say a dude like Cole will get manipulated by a dude like Drake. And I don't think it's smart for Cole to look at Drake as an ally, because I don't think Drake is an ally. Like, I think this Kendrick, J. Cole, Drake fiasco that we're seeing right now, I think it's going to end up being J. Cole versus Drake. I think this Cole Kendrick fiasco is going to end up being J. Cole versus Drake. Do I think it's necessarily going to be diss records? I don't know. Is it going to happen in a month, a year? I don't know. Maybe 3 years, 4 years, maybe. Is it going to be a public beef with diss records, or is it going to be some shit behind the scenes? I don't know, but it's going to end up J. Cole versus Drake, because Drake is not an ally. Look at the Metro Boomin and Future album, right? Look at this. There's a reason, unless this is just all fabricated and these guys are just making up this grand scheme to sell records and create commotion in the rap game. This album is full of people who used to fuck with Drake, who don't anymore. The Weeknd, Future and Drake got a whole album together. The Weeknd and Drake have an album together. It's called Take Care. Weeknd wrote was featured on 20-30% of those songs on that album. Kendrick, Rick Ross. Rick Ross has so many songs with Drake. And what is the album title called? We Don't Trust You. We know you. We've worked with you. We don't trust you. And it's full of niggas who was like, yo, I don't trust that nigga either.